Broadcasting from our subterranean studios in beautiful Paradise Valley, Pennsylvania, it's Business and Brain Tumor Talk, a unique show with topics to educate, inspire, and implement. Without further ado, here's your host, Rick Franzo.
Thank you, Amanda, and welcome everyone to Business and Brain Tumor Talk. I'm your host, Rick Franzo. Today, I say this every time, special show, what a privilege. It seems cliche, but I really mean it every time. Today, I have with me in the studio, Linda Schiaffino, CEO of Coach Business Solutions, and Tiffanie Bailey Romey, CEO of All That She Surveys, Real Estate, you name it. And welcome, ladies.
Thank you so much, Rick, for this opportunity. Thank you so much. Linda, I love seeing you here too. We're going to have a great time.
So excited.
Today, we're going to be speaking about networking, right? Networking can be very, very difficult. It can cause anxiety. It can cause some of the things, but not all of them, that the drug companies say that are side effects. For every new drug that you see, probably 3 or 4 rolled out every single day. That's what it shows on TV. And some of the side effects could be constipation, diarrhea, lack of sleep, and even death. That's how some people view networking. Am I wrong?
No, not wrong.
So today we're going to talk about some of the easiest and most effective and profitable and progressive networking that you could do. It's with an organization called BNI, Business Networking International. It's worldwide. It's the largest networking platform in the world. And the three of us are involved. We are part of a chapter called All Business BNI. We are a chapter that's located in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania, where we serve a few different counties. And some of the value of being in BNI is what we wanted to talk about today, because networking is hard. And all joking aside, it is an anxiety kind of an exercise. People shy away from it because they're not really too sure how to network. A lot of the networking that people do is you go into a room and there's people in small groups. So if you have bankers, the bankers are hanging out with bankers. Real estate could be probably hanging out with real estate. IT people, same. Insurance people, always together, right? So what does that look like when you come in? It's intimidating. You get zero value. You get really good at having a glass of wine or a beer. You have maybe bacon wrapped scallops and some of the delicious appetizers that are there. And then you leave, and it's kind of unfulfilling. Or you collect a lot of business cards and you're not too sure what the hell to do with them once you collect them. Yeah, exactly. B&I is a little bit different. So I'm going to go to our panel of experts. Everybody here is on the leadership team for our chapter. And what's the value of B&I? Linda, I'm going to start with you. Like, what are some of the easy things that can be achieved with B&I?
Well, I think one of the more important skills, whether we're in BNI or we're not, as a business owner, a business leader, or a person in general, is listening, right? We have to be paying attention to what people are saying so that we can understand what, if they're a business owner, what's keeping them up at night, what's troubling them, what's keeping them off, why they started their business, and how any one of us in our chapter can fill that void. Because as Tiffanie has said, and stuck in my mind for weeks, is when we're in the room, when she's in the room, we're in the room. And so we're always going to be listening to, I may not be the person that can help you because you may not need accounting or HR services, but you may be looking for a new home, or you may be looking for an investment property, or your business is struggling on a leadership level and you're just not sure how you're going to make it. You have some 401k needs, you have some insurance needs. We're always listening to what other people are struggling with so that we can, espouse the giver's gain mentality that really does work for BNI.
Yeah.
That's so
I love
cool.
that you said the giver's gain. I love that you said the giver's gain. In reference to what Rick was sharing, that to me is the biggest difference in business BNI is the giver's gain. You give, you gain. You gain, you give. There's a reciprocity. We tend to, the scary part of networking is everything that Rick had said. However, the process of building and nurturing meaningful relationships that just so happen to be professionals. So you're creating a business, you're brand new at your business, you might have the creativity, you may have all the passion, but you don't know how to do a business plan. You don't know how to time manage. You don't know how to do your bookkeeping. You don't know where to get an attorney. You have an issue. All of those different things, when you start networking, you start meeting the voids. Because I know for me, I started out as a kitchen beautician before I became the real estate guru of the Poconos. I was a kitchen beautician. And so I had to meet people to bring them into my kitchen. I had to get out of my kitchen and then start to work in a salon so I can get other pieces and get other knowledge. That's what BNI is. It gives you the opportunity to get outside knowledge on a regular basis with people that you are accountable to. Hey, accountability to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do, but they're also accountable to you. You become a stronger version of yourself. It's the practice of networking that will then stop to take away the fear. False expectations appearing real. False. They're all in your head. I got them too. But they don't do anything unless you give it power. And even when that happens, in the network, you have a society of people that are encouraging you, that have also been afraid to do or went through those anxieties. And then you see them and you're like, wow, that person's amazing at what they're doing. That person is now your mentor. That's BNI.
Well, let me ask this question then, ladies. Perfectly said, both of you. That I'm excited about BNI. Let's pretend that I don't know anything about BNI. And wow, this sounds great. But if I come into BNI, I'm going to play the devil's advocate. I'm going to play on the
outside. Don't advocate for the devil.
You know what? All right. I'm going to be maybe the little devil that sits on this shoulder and then the angel on this. Right? Get out of here, devil. And so devil be gone. So this isn't some sort of preaching, is it? No. We're just going to talk about this, right? So I'm going into BNI. So if I'm coming into BNI, I'm going in to sell, right? I'm going in there to sell everybody who's in my group, right? That's what I'm doing. No, Linda's saying no. I'm not supposed to sell the people. So I'm not going in there for transactional networking, right? So I'm just going and giving my card and saying, here, I think you need more, you need more foot traffic in your store and you need me, right? That's not what I'm doing. So I'm telling, so that's selling. That isn't where am I going wrong on this?
Well, that's where we're different. And I speak from experience because I, checked out BNI a couple of times and I'm, formally networking averse. And I was also skeptical because right away, the principles, the accountability, the metrics, the measurements that should be adequately and clearly shared about BNI as a whole, and hopefully specifically the individual chapters, is that I'm here to help you. And that's hard for people to believe because they're skeptical. And in any day, our emotions may run high. But why would you be here for me? What's in it for you? And that doesn't mean that we're here to not, grow our businesses, but we're here to kind of, get on the backs of our chapter members and have them help us do that. And it's hard for people to accept that that's what we do. And as someone who just in my nature and in my professional life, I'm always skeptical. I want to see proof. I want to see numbers. I want to see, results. I want accountability. We bring that. And so I think that's important for us when we're looking to grow our chapter and bring in new members that can support our power teams, that we're remembering that language, that we want to remember why people might want to be curious or skeptical about BNI and explain to them that it's just a different way. We're turning it on its head, and it's clearly very successful. So it's important for the chapter members, as we're inviting new people, to remember that language and to be using that language when we're encouraging people to join us.
So I'm going in there and I am not there for myself, but I'm there for other people. Interesting concept, because that really kind of wraps it up. Perfect explanation, Linda. I'm even more interested. What can you add to that, Tiffanie, that'll get me kind of right into the door and see what this is all about?
Well, I want to also add that it's almost $6.2 million of opportunities that were given out within our chapter. So that's yes, let your eyes get big. $6.2 million of opportunities has been pocketed to the members of All Business, our particular chapter. Because with that ideology of the giver's gain, with that ideology is that we're here for each other and that I'm here for you. We're creating visions of abundance. That's why it's Business Network International. It's not Business Network Pocono, because then it would still be compartmentalized. We're taking it to the next level. The mindset is to the next level. So you're starting your business, or you're in your business, or you're feeling yourself in your business, and you might feel even plateaued to some extent. And a lot of times that's the reason why you're stepping out. And again, I love the fact that if you come in and you say, I can do this, I'm this person, this, that, great. Guess what? That information that you just gave to me, when I'm at this other event, we just had an event at a historical church. We had another event at the Kalahari. I'm going to have you in mind when I'm in a conversation that speaks of what you do. So I'm going to come back to you a week or 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm going to have an opportunity for you so we can add on to the 6.2 million, because that's what it's about, adding those opportunities on.
That, you said something really impactful, and that's it's not just here in the Poconos, we're global. Visiting our chapter this Wednesday is a virtual assistant. She's got a company. She's in BNI. She's from London, England. So we have a global community. So this young lady is going to be visiting us and seeing how these blokes in the Poconos, was that right? Blokes?
I don't
know. I'm illiterate in
stayed
English.
in London for a couple of years.
I think
So
that's the male version.
If I know somebody's coming Wednesday, I got to respect and honor, because one of the beautiful things about All Business BNI is we definitely celebrate the diversity. We embrace the different backgrounds and perspectives and experiences and the different viewpoints, and we encourage that out of the box thinking, which is essential. It's beyond essential for your larger goals and your innovative solutions. And this is where we are going. This is why our chapter, I love it. Maybe you can't hear it in my voice, but I absolutely love. I know I'm so toned down.
Yeah, so
absolutely love that we are cultivating that growth mindset, and of course with the growth coach, Rick.
Oh yes. Thank you for that little plug. What is the average size of the businesses? Is it for big corporations? Is it for Mercedes-Benz, or is it for Google, or are there smaller businesses? My business just has me and a couple of salespeople. Is it a good fit for me, you think?
Absolutely.
It's an excellent. Yeah. I mean,
it's just me and my business.
So what types of businesses are in there? I mean, if I was a bricklayer, if I had a hammer, well, no, I'm not going to sing. Tiffanie, that's up to you. You can sing that. But maybe that'll be our outro for today. And so, what type of businesses do the best in there? So I have I don't sell like a product. I don't sell a widget, but I have a service. Is that good for services? Or is that good for people that sell products? Or
absolutely, because we don't know. I think there's a place for people in any group, for those that sell products and as well as services. I think it's important for us to be conducting the one-to-ones where we're having, really personal conversations with our fellow chapter members so that we learn, more about them personally, who they are as a person. Maybe some of the concerns that they have about how to reach our fellow chapter members in a more targeted way. Or, maybe just to bounce ideas off. I'm selling something and it just doesn't seem to be hitting the mark. And, well, I know someone who can help you with marketing, or I know we have a person in our chapter who's going to make sure that you're insured properly. We're going to make sure that your leadership is, in lockstep with their goals and dreams are for their team, and that we're always listening. And I've always found the one-to-ones to be, I don't want to say entertaining, but very fruitful. And it allows us to talk about other things that really personalize it and draw the chapter closer.
Well, this sounds like something I would be interested in. How do I register to be a part of it?
Well, you got to come to a meeting. And we do have the Zoom link. And so what I will do is put your information in so that you get your personalized invitation. We do start at 7 a.m. So it's smart to probably get on around 6:57, and we will let you into the meeting. It is structured. It's a good time. And I can't wait to see you this Wednesday.
That's all I needed to know. Now we're done with the role playing. That was fantastic. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate that. So BNI, here's some of the hard facts as it pertains to all of us, right? And I'm going to lead it off. I've been in business for 7 years. The first thing I did was join the chamber. The other first thing that I did, there were two first things, is I joined BNI. BNI is the equivalent of 80% of my gross revenue every single year from the first year that I was in. You're surrounded by people who get it, right? That are there to not only help themselves, but really to help you. So it's like C.S. Lewis, oh, you too? I thought I was the only one. So we're all trying to grow our business. We all have a different definition of what success looks like. But in the end, it is that giver's gain, right? We take the two spoons. We have a spoon for serving and a spoon for eating. We make sure that there's a good balance. So you're not there just to eat and you're not there just to serve. So it's that giver's gain, right? I give you business. You give me business. I have 3 referrals this week, 2 for a travel agent, and this benefits all of our businesses. It's for a business trip for me and a colleague, and one of my newest clients has some gaps in her business insurance, so I just gave that referral this morning, right? So is it hard to give referrals? No. If we're looking for opportunities, all we're going to see is opportunities. Tiffanie said it best or Linda had said it about Tiffanie. When Tiffanie goes into a room, she's not there by herself. She brings all of us in there with her. And so BNI has been an absolute home run for my business. And I really advise my colleagues and my clients to join a BNI chapter. Mm-hmm. Linda, what do you think? What's the impact that BNI has had on you? So I've been in BNI for 6+ years. You've been in for like a little more than a year, and Tiffanie for longer probably than I have. So what do you see, Linda? What's been the impact of BNI on your business and the relationships that you've built? I got to say this. I wouldn't have met either of these two amazing women had I not been in BNI. And I know how to work a room and everything else. I don't know if we would have ever connected. And I think that would have been quite tragic. And I'm not even kidding. I really do.
I feel the same way.
I would agree, Linda, Rick. I don't know that I would have met you, if I were, because as I said, I avoid networking activities. So I definitely would have met you. For me, as an accountant, I could easily calculate the ROI of my membership, and it's at least 4 times that, both years of my membership. So that's always a plus. It is one of the foundations of why we're there. It is to grow our business. So, when people have reservations and they say, "Oh, I don't know if I could, swing that or calculate the $6 million that our chapter alone has brought for our chapter members." I dislike networking a lot less. I actually actively look for opportunities now to network because it feeds into my servant leadership, mentality where it's okay if I'm in a room listening. It's no longer, an introverted shame that I'm just sitting in the back and just listening. It's what serves me well, but it also will potentially serve clients that I'm here listening to see how I can serve them. And also, it just when you're a hybrid or your virtual office, having those networking opportunities, it gets you out of your shell, it gets you away from your desk, and it allows you to really think about what's out there and the opportunities that we have and we can see to help our own businesses and serve others.
That's perfect. Absolutely. Tiffanie, how many years have you been in BNI?
I think 9.
9.
And
So
I was in different chapters. I was in an in-person,
same.
and now I'm in a virtual.
Mhm.
For my movement, virtual is better. As global took place, as international took place, as growth took place, I'm in different places. So I am still able to commit to honoring my relationships Wednesday from 7 to 8:30, even if I'm in Ghana, even if I'm in Florida, even if I'm in DC, because I have that virtual opportunity. But I will say with people, when you are networking, start to learn your purpose. It'll take away some of the fear and the anxiety if you are clear about why you're networking. So some of us might be wanting clients, some of us may be wanting to collaborate, some of us may be looking for mentors, some of us are looking for opportunities, or maybe all of the above. But defining the purpose will help you target the right connection. So when Rick had first started, okay, all the insurance people are together, all of the whatever's together. The beauty in BNI is when you come, we identify who you probably need to connect with in that first few weeks or in that first moment. We're supporting you because we understand the science. See, a lot of us understand our creativity. And some people do get the science, but do we always know how to put it together? This organization, again, I say my years, but it's so much older than I am. And the knowledge, so the trial and error that took place there, we get to benefit from it now. The podcasts that are available through BNI, and membership has its privileges because you can't just get it just to get it, right? The podcast, the information, the different nuances, it helps you be the best version of yourself. In real estate, I'm a real estate broker. We say the highest and the best. This creates the highest and the best. It gives you that opportunity to practice. How you practice is how you perform. So you get an opportunity with 20 people that get it, that get fear, that get, I say lessons, some people say failures, but lessons that get the understanding the opportunities and also understand those small wins. You get to practice with your peers so that when you're out in the public, your performance is spectacular.
That's just fantastic. I love the descriptions. We have a Visitors Day coming up, and it's going to be on April 2nd. It's going to be in person at Willie Mae's place in Broadheadsville, Pennsylvania. And so I will be putting up onto the social media posts and on this podcast information on that. Also, we're going to have a mixer on the March 31st. It's Monday, and that's going to be at the Scorecard in Wind Gap. And great food at both. And I'm going to put information on that there. You get to meet some of the members. You get to see if it's a good fit for you. And really, it's almost like my sales process. We're making sure that you're going to be a good fit for the group. And what that entails is you being there, you being involved, and you being consistent. Like the ladies had said, there is a process, there is a format. It is an hour and a half, but it is the most valuable hour and a half of your week because it isn't transactional. It's all based on relationships. People are going to buy from who they know, like, and trust. And absolutely, this is a a group that is virtual that is going to give you a platform so you have a voice. So you're not in business by yourself, but you can use other people's experience and networks as a connection to help you grow your business, and they can use yours to grow their business as well. Any final thoughts? Yeah. Any final thoughts, ladies? Tiffanie.
I say, learn to listen. Learn to listen. You always hear you got 2 ears and 1 mouth. Well, you got 2 ears, you got 2 eyes, you got 2 nostrils. Take it in. Be patient. See the exchange. Listen to the information. And then when you take all that out, I guarantee you what comes through you will be the most profound thing ever.
Perfect. Follow that up, Linda.
Well, it's always hard following Tiffanie up, so I'll give it my best shot. I think for me, I go back to my first couple of meetings. Preparation is key, right? Understanding that we're going to ask you to, share a bit about your business. Practice that, that message, and just be genuine with it. Just, share, what you do, how you serve people, and how you can help us learn more about you so that we can serve you as well. And so, the coaching and mentoring is a big part of what we do for our visitors and our guests, but also what we do on a weekly or every day for our fellow chapter members. If we hear something, we say something, because we're always thinking about how we can make things better for them.
Perfect. I love this. I think I'd like to join BNI. This was fantastic. And so, we have to be before we become, right? And this has made me a better business professional. Again, the relationships that I've built have been priceless and almost countless. And so, again, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to meet these 2 fantastic women. And I'm just so glad that I was directed to BNI very early in my business. And this has been great. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us all here today.
Thank you so much. We haven't just created contacts, we have created a community. And just love that I have you guys that personally do support, inspire, and help me grow. So thank you so much, Rick, for this opportunity.
You got it. You got it. Everybody, this has been Business and Brain Tumor Talk, the BNI edition. I hope everybody has a great day. We'll see you next time. Stay gold and peace.